Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Mohamad Alhakim and I'll be starting off our presentation today. So our project is titled Family Financial Stories Intergenerational Insights. So in these projects, we interviewed a family member to explore their financial journey. We look at how they manage their budget, how they keep their savings and how they put their money on investment. And from their experience, we learn valuable lessons about managing money across different stages of life. So we choose this topic because personal financial planning is important for everyone. It is not only about paying bills today but also about preparing for the future. We protecting ourselves from risks and building financial security for our families. For example, research shows that saving a small fixed amount every month can grow into a strong financial cushion over time. This proves that discipline matters more than the size of the amount. That's the overview of our project, and now I'll pass to Farre, who will explain how we carried out the interview and share the objectives of these studies.
Start early, because even small savings will grow big over time.
In marriage, money planning is teamwork.
Always save up before you buy something.
Budgeting apps change the way I see my money.
If you don't control your money, it will control you.
Buying my first home taught me to be more disciplined with money.
Thank you, Ahnaf. I am Farre Shazwan and will explain this project description. For this project, we conducted interviews with 6 individuals from different generations and life stages, including a student, young working adults, mid-career professionals, and retirees. Each person was asked structured questions about their financial habits and experiences, focusing on areas such as budgeting, saving, investing, major life events, and financial lessons. The interview were carried out both face-to-face and online, which gave us the opportunity to capture honest and personal stories. From this conversation, we were able to see how money management is applied in real life, and more importantly, how financial habits and decisions can change across generations. For example, some of the older individuals emphasize avoiding debt and savings in traditional ways like gold or property, while younger ones explore modern tools like Fintech apps and more flexible investment choices. Continuing on to the objectives of the project, the main objectives were first to understand how upbringing, culture and life stages shape financial decisions. Second, we wanted to see how people apply important financial planning concepts like keeping personal financial statements, using consumer credit wisely, and preparing for long-term goals such as retirement. We also aim to learn practical lessons from their real-life experience, including both successes and mistakes. Finally, this project helped connect financial theories we study, like the time value of money, which actual day-to-day financial decisions. By doing so, we can provide useful guidance for our generation, showing not only the importance of savings and investing early, but also how modern approaches, including fintech, can support smarter money management for the future. From the financial analysis done across the different age group, we can see that for teenagers, income usually comes from allowances and they need to track their expenses to save up at least 20%. At this stage, they have no formal tax obligations. Moving into the 20s, incomes come from salary with some commitments like loans, insurance and transport. They start investing in gold, ETF and unit trusts while also applying tax relief for insurance, EPF, education and lifestyle. In the 30s, individuals prioritize essentials, then savings, then leisure. They often focus on building wealth through property, gold and unit trusts. They also channel tax savings into their portfolios and retirement funds. By the 50s, financial management becomes more mature and personal financial records are detailed. They diversify into property, unit trust and savings schemes while maximizing tax relief, zakat and retirement contributions to secure long-term stability. One thing in common we can see from all the age groups is that they use fintech apps like GrabPay or Touch and Go e-wallets to monitor and track spendings. Now let's move to the interview analysis.
Hello everyone, today I would like to share some key financial lessons we have learned by interviewing family members from different generations. When it comes to budgeting and saving, we found a clear shift Our parents and grandparents were all about discipline and living within their means. Their philosophy was to save whatever was left at the end of the month. In contrast, our generation uses technology to be more intentional. We use budgeting apps and automated our savings, intentionally paying ourselves first to reach specific goals, like saving for a car or a home. This generation difference is also clear in how people invest. The older generation preferred safe, tangible assets like gold and property. Their goal was stability, and their decisions were often influenced by trusted family advice. Today, we are still influenced by family, but we also use modern platforms to invest in a wider variety of things like unit trust and EFT. We are more willing to take on a little more risk because we know time is on our side. Ultimately, our interview shows that while each generation faces different challenges, like student loan or versus a more stable economy for our parents, the core principle of financial success haven't changed. The most important lesson are timeless. Start early, be disciplined, and always live within your means. Thank you.
As Nisa mentioned earlier about the interview experiences and how different people approach their finances, I will now continue by sharing the key findings and insights that we identified. First, about saving habits, all generations see saving as important, but the methods differ. The older generations prefer simple ways like keeping cash or using basic accounts. Parents are more disciplined, saving monthly without fail, while the younger generation use fintech apps and even automatic saving tools. Second, budgeting and goals change depending on life stages. Teenagers usually budget for short-term goals like buying a phone or going on trips. As they grow older, young adults start saving for education or vehicles. Parents, on the other hand, prioritize big commitments such as weddings, housing, and children's needs. Budgeting becomes stricter and more structured as responsibilities increase. Third, investments. Older generations are more conservative, choosing property, gold, or a SNB because they see them as safer. Meanwhile, the younger generation experiments with fintech apps, unit trusts, and even side hustles. But across all generations, one lesson stands out: always research and gain knowledge before investing. Fourth, major life events strongly influence financial habits. Weddings, buying a house, or raising children force people to rethink their spending. These events often require sacrifices, like cutting down on luxuries or delaying personal wants. They act as turning points in how finances are managed. And finally, the main financial lessons are clear. Live within your means, avoid unnecessary debt, and most importantly, start saving and investing early to benefit from the time value of money. Planning for emergencies and staying disciplined are also key for long-term financial success.
Hello everyone, thank you Aiman for the explanation about key findings and insights. I am going to share what we have learned from our project on personal financial planning. We interviewed 6 individuals from different generations and life stages to see how their money habits change over time. We learned a lot from this project and it gave us new perspective on money management across different generations. First, saving is a consistent habit, but the method have changed. For example, older generation rely on manual methods like tracking expense with simple notes, while younger generation use fintech apps for budgeting and automated savings. Second, we saw how major life events like buying a home or starting a new job are turning points that reshape financial habits. For instance, one person we interviewed, a 32 years old medical officer, became more conscious with spending after she bought her first home and started making mortgage payment. She also mentioned that buying her condo was a proud investment decision. Finally, we learned that the core financial principles are timeless. Everyone we have interviewed, regardless of their age, agreed on the importance of living within your means, avoiding unnecessary debt, and starting to save and invest as early as possible because of the time value of money. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. To conclude our presentation, we found that core financial values remain consistent across generations, even though the way people manage money has evolved. For example, budgeting evolves with age. Older generations rely on manual budgeting, while younger generations use fintech apps or automated savings. We also saw that saving is universal. Grandparents save for security and family needs, while younger people save for specific goals like a home or a car or even travel. Regardless of age, saving consistently was seen as crucial. When it comes to investment styles vary. Older generations prefer property, gold, and conservative choices, while younger people are more open to unit trusts, ETFs, and fintech platforms. Another key point is that life events are turning points. Buying a home, getting married, or raising children often reshapes financial priorities and pushes people to be more disciplined. From all these stories, we can see that the timeless financial lessons are clear. Live within your means, avoid unnecessary debt, save and invest early to take advantage of the time value of money. Finally, while different generations face different challenges, the foundation of success stays the same: discipline, planning, and adaptability. Thank you.